well known. But the fact that we can slap an ACC on it really just sets us apart in a different way now.
Since the rest of our school is an ACC school, we get to represent it in its entirety, and we have the opportunity to win those ACC titles just like everyone else.
Sports teams at NC State that just compete at a premier level, and we see them compete for that ACC championship every year. And now we get that opportunity to go out and represent the ACC conference and compete for that.
Welcome back to Reynolds, North Carolina. Now part of the ACC in terms of college gymnastics. First time it's been sponsored since 1984. And we've got big things in ACC. So one season, 40 years ago, we took a look at the history there. One with, was it a 175
yes.
and some change. So we've got some big scores coming in there. You see 175, 250. Clemson in their inaugural season, they've had some phenomenal crowds bringing gymnastics in and making sure that they are bringing in everything. And then we've got two other fantastic teams with Pitt and UNC all vying for that ACC championship. There you see the results from way back when Duke had a gymnastics team. Don't go away. We'll be right back with rotation number 2 in Reynolds Coliseum. Welcome back to Raleigh, North Carolina. You are watching ACC Gymnastics at the home of the NC State Wolfpack. I'm Rachel Garland alongside Sydney Sneed. We are ready for rotation number 2. Pittsburgh is going to flip over to the vault. So there you see a great mix of underclassmen and upperclassmen as Pitt looks to continue to build this program. NC State again moving in Olympic order, so they're going to be on the uneven bars for the second rotation. We've got some fantastic gymnastics. Pitt with 6 strong competitors, starting with Araya Simons. No exhibition for Pitt on vault, but on the other events, they will be doing exhibitions.
It looks like the judges were not quite ready yet. That's always fun. You get to have a couple extra breaths.
Yeah.
Being a little sarcastic.
As a gymnast makes you a little bit more nervous, but they do have to have those tape lines down. It's not a deduction to go over those lines yet, but it does provide the judges with some directionality and direction.
We'll get you that deduction.
Exactly.
So essentially it is, but yeah, I guess technically.
But there's no deduction like stepping out of bounds on the floor exercise.
Right. Starts off with another Yurchenko full. Really good vault, but landed short. Sometimes I think it's better, actually, a good question for you, if it's better to land backwards or forwards. I always think backwards because it looks like you have too much power.
Yes.
Instead of landing short. You can see right there, chest down a little bit, so had to take that forward step.
I would say it depends on the way the landing is. On a backwards landing like that, you want to land and be rotating backwards instead of forwards, because if you're stepping forward, then you might not have enough height, enough rotation, more things for the judges to deduct.
Right.
So NC State getting started on the uneven bars. Kaylee Adamides.
A nice bar routine. You could see the really pretty release move down to the low bar and back up for that dismount, double top. Really nice start for NC State.
The sophomore from Long Island, New York, a 9.7 last week. She's actually one of their bar specialists, competed in 13 out of 14 meets last year.
Almost had that perfect stick.
A career best of a 9.825. Emily Todd will be up next for this Panthers team.
And she does the front tuck half. You can see her hands on the block were a little bit further up, which is why the distance wasn't quite there. But again, good that she knew where she was in the air. You can see right there on the block, her hands are just
Really on the front side of the table.
right, and that makes it harder to get that block off the table, which is why it cuts the power a little bit, and you could see she landed a little short.
She actually came in with a front pike half, but they switched her to that front tuck half just to make it a little bit easier. So it is a 995 start value versus the pike half, but if you can't land the pike half, then take the 995 start value. All right, back over to the Wolfpack on bars. Peyton Childs. Childs, a junior from just down the road in Holly Springs.
Starts out with that hip hop into a Jaeger. Really difficult, and right back down to the low bar. Nice handstand. Getting ready for that dismount. Slight hop backwards, but wow, just a really confident looking routine for NC State.
Absolutely, a 9.725 last weekend. I think probably right in lines with that. So a great job for the first two up for the Wolfpack team. We'll take another quick look here at Child's dismount.
Just held on to that double tuck a little too long, which again, too much power is a good problem to have.
Sierra Ward for Pitt on the vault.
Really nice vault. I love the distance again on that. The deduction will be on that step that she took backwards. We haven't seen too many vault sticks. Right here. Nice block and body shape throughout the entire Yurchenko fall.
That's one thing Casey Joe said they were really working on in practice, but having two back-to-back travel meets, they only actually got to practice 2 days this week. So not too many improvements you can make in 2 days, and they've got a lot that they want to work on. Landings definitely being one of them on vault specifically.
Yes, 2 days is a really quick turnaround. I think people sometimes don't realize the rest period that these athletes need in between competitions.
Kelly Hadrick for the Wolfpack. Hadrick, one of the freshmen on this team.
And she's moving well through this bar routine. Looks like she didn't quite stick it, but a nice height on that release to the dismount. I really liked seeing that.
Absolutely, and great to see a freshman in the lineup. We're going to take another quick look at this dismount. A good angle here to see the landing.
Almost had it, but again, I really liked the release off the bar and the height that she got.
Just the smallest, tiniest top there. And again, making your way into lineup on this really stacked NC State team just goes to show how much potential that she's got as a freshman.
Which is so encouraging for them.
So Shruti Anand, a graduate student, former Wolfpack athlete.
She probably loves being back here. And again, a nice front handspring, front pike half. Well done.
Got a 10-0 start value on that front pike half. She is a transfer. She actually graduated from NC State. She's in a doctorate program currently for occupational therapy, and Pitt has a phenomenal program. She had another year of eligibility, so she is using it wisely. She is a vault specialist, so she's one and done tonight.
Really exciting for her.
We did hear she was very excited to see some of her former teammates as well. So all happiness, even in this friendly competition. We'll move back over to the uneven bars. This is going to be Katie Harper in the 4th spot for the Wolfpack. You can see there after rotation 1, NC State, the 49.125 is actually their vault score, even though they're on bars currently. The 48.75 was Pitt's bar score, but they are currently competing vault.
She starts out with a nice big ginger for her release move. Down to that bail on the low bar. Right back up to the high bar. And getting ready for the dismount. Nice double layout. Nice body position in the air. Did she get the stick? It was hard to tell.
I think by the reaction, she got the stick.
I think she might have.
Fantastic routine for the freshman out of Columbus, Ohio. So 2 freshmen back to back.
We'll take a look from this angle. Notice just the body position throughout. Great form, and yeah, that was a nice stick for her.
Definitely the stick on that landing. 4 up, 4 hits for the Wolfpack. Back over to the vault, Jalea Bedminster.
Nice Yurchenko full. I loved how laid out she was in the air. Good distance, nice amplitude off the table. Again, looking for that stick, but overall, really good vault.
Really strong vaulter. You can tell how much power she has. A 9.8 last weekend at the Clemson meet. Just that step on the landing. So we are 5 down for Pitt on vault. In the 5th spot for this Wolfpack team is Lex Ortega competing in the all-around tonight. So we'll finish up the Wolfpack with a couple of their graduate seniors. Career high on this event of a 9.9.
A really big release move to start off this bar routine as well. Into that nice bail handstand. A little bit short on that high bar handstand, but let's see if she gets the stick. Nice double out. That was pretty close.
Pretty close. Solid routine for Lex.
Absolutely. If we're looking at it and going to be picky, maybe the smallest movement in her feet, but wow, what a great job covering that up.
Definitely not going to be that career high of a 9.9. Little details along the way, but that's what's going to separate these teams going into postseason and into the national championships. When we're talking about tenths of a point, hundredths of the point, and even thousandths of a point, those little details are exactly what make the difference. All right, back over to vault. Kennedy Duke in the anchor spot.
What a great way to end their lineup. A Yurchenko full. Good distance from the table. Again, the most deductions coming just from those landings.
Another look here out of the sophomore from British Columbia.
She did break out of her full, the Yurchenko full. You could see she was looking for that landing. She was ready for it.
And a great vault for Pitt. She was one of 3 Panthers last year to earn a 9.9 or higher on vault. So we know she can do it, but with that step on the landing, probably at least a 10th deduction in that regard. So back over to bars. Graduate Emily Shepard in 2 out of 4 events so far.
You could see to start off that routine, huge handstand right on top of the bar, followed by that release move. Just notice the form that she has, the handstands, the lines, beautifully done.
She actually ties the program high record on this event with 10 scores of a 9.9 or higher on uneven bars.
Wow, what a beautiful routine. I think she stuck that dismount.
Absolutely gorgeous.
That's going to be a big score for NC State. Let's take another look here. Handstand right on top of the bar. Again, gets huge height off the bar on that release. Wow. And that was a stick.
absolutely phenomenal.
But are we even surprised?
No, she competed in all 14 meets last season, which just says something about her level of athleticism, keeping her body healthy and active, and the coaches and the training staff just making sure that she's not overworking. And then again, we do have one exhibition on the uneven bars. This is Maddie Hall for the Wolfpack team. She's a freshman out of Hampton, Virginia. So the scores coming in for Shepherd as we slowly wrap up the second rotation. Again, 6 gymnasts compete. The top 5 scores count, so you can always drop the low.
Like we mentioned before, the exhibitions are just a great opportunity to play around with the lineups and give opportunities to more than just your top 6.
Love it. So a great finish for the Wolfpack on the uneven bars, with Maddie Hall finishing up just a small hop on that landing. So that concludes rotation number 2. We are midway through this home opener for the Wolfpack Gymnastics team on the ACC network. Stay tuned for the back half of this competition.